would be cool if there was a car that you could drive standing up.
That wouldn't.
It would.
Why would it? Why would you need to stand up driving a car?
Yeah,
Better
how do you
view.
operate the pedals?
Well, you'd have to just lean, I guess, or
What do you mean a better view?
you could see further.
You could see further.
Hello, and welcome to GOAT, the greatest show on planet Earth.
No.
Rewind.
Downvote.
Well, it's a movie episode, so I thought
Episode.
so I thought I'd throw in some crazy impressions of some of your favorite TV stars. Hello, and welcome to GOAT.
Don't do do your normal voice.
The greatest show on planet Earth. I'm losing it. You can stop talking.
You sound like Stephen Hawking a little bit.
You do.
You sound like a Christopher Walken fucking soundboard, like an AI generated voice of his.
Yeah, a little bit.
I am always fucking. Why can I not read my own? I am I'm as always joined by my two good mates, Vinny and Mark. My name is Christopher Walken, but you can call me Seb. And welcome to the show. How's everyone doing this week?
Why do they call you Seb, Christopher Walken?
Yeah.
Because my middle name is Sebastian. And so they call me Seb.
Did you think of this Christopher Walken bit like 5 minutes ago when I said about Christopher Walken, or did you already have this written down to do?
There's a bit later where I'm going to do some more impressions, and I've been prepping for that.
Oh,
and then
right.
you said you shouldn't do Christopher Walken, and then I thought, yeah, I will. So, how you been doing this week?
I was doing
Good,
great
actually.
up until that voice,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Bit
No, I
harsh,
was doing
mate?
good. I went on a little
Geezer?
weekend away on the
Did you?
weekend. Yeah. Stayed
With
in
the
like
missus?
a with the missus.
The old ball and
No
chain?
kids. The old missus. I was going to say some horribly derogatory stuff. I thought, nah, I better not.
You're learning, I'm glad.
Now we stayed in this little. It was called a pod. It's like a little wood cabin thing. It's like semicircular, and it's got like a fucking kitchen in there and bed and underfloor heat and shower and all that. But the cool thing that it does have, it's in like the middle of the woods, right? It has a hot tub, but not an electric hot tub, a wood-fired hot tub.
Nice.
Yeah. So at the back of the hot tub is like this giant log burner that you just fucking stoke right up. You just like throw a bunch of like make a big ass fire in there, and it just boils the water, and then you get in. It's fucking
Toast it.
it's a hot tub. It's lovely. It's all like
Did
wooden
you-
and cool and shit.
Did you get in there Starkers? Which you've got to do that if you're with the missus on a romantic getaway.
Yes.
Nice.
We checked that they changed the water for everyone. They do, so it was like, okay, cool.
I mean,
It'll still be touching your Wilkins anyway if you're wearing a
yeah, exactly.
swimming suit.
Yeah, I know, yeah, but it was just nice that they do change the water
Nice.
Yeah, right.
because there's
yeah.
a big tap on the back, you know. You don't want to be floating around in someone
Was it-
else's cum, do you?
What? Just your own cum, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it easy to like maintain the temperature then with the fire? Or was it kind of a bit eyeball?
Because I was like, oh, we should get one. These are sick. Like the novelty of like stoking up the fire is pretty cool, but it does take a little bit of effort. Like it takes a couple hours to get up to temperature, and obviously it's a fire, so you do have to maintain it. But like it's like a big lid, so you like adjust the lid. How like on it is, you like leave it ajar to let more air come through, so the fire gets hotter quicker, like gets more flames. But obviously that burns fuel more quickly. And then when you're getting in, you like put some fuel in there, and then just close the lid completely, and then that like retains all the heat. But the cool thing is like we shut the lid and we went to bed. Got up in the morning and I was like, oh, I'll go and check it. Like the fire had obviously gone out, but the water was still pretty warm. It was still like 25 degrees in there. So I was like, oh shit! So I didn't have to. It didn't take very much effort to get it going the next day, which was quite cool.
That is
But
cool.
yeah, it's a bit too much of a faff to own one, but it was quite cool. Like the novelty kind of added to the experience. It was really cool in that sense.
Yeah,
But if I was going to get, I'll just get an electric one. It's much easier.
Well, I've heard from a friend that buying a hot tub, the enjoyment of it wears off pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, when we bought our house, there was we could have had a hot tub included, but we looked at the running costs and actually how many
it's a shit.
often we're going to use it, and we were like, nah, because we saved a bit of money by not having it, so it was a bit better. And it's like one of them things that everyone bought in COVID times, wasn't it? Like, oh, let's get a fucking hot tub, and now they're all back on Facebook Marketplace
Yeah.
for like a penny, because everyone's like, oh, these are shit, mate. Especially with electric bills gone through the roof. So.
Yeah.
But that's the cool thing about a wood one, but then you do have to buy a lot of wood. Like, it takes a lot of logs, like a bag of logs.
Wow, that sounds like a
So-
great holiday, great weekend.
But yeah, it was really fun. Yeah, there was not much noise. Nice.
Except when you were fucking
Weather.
going at it, mate.
No, I mean like noise pollution. Like it was quite quiet, and we could see the stars and shit. And we just sat around and ate nice food and drank beer and went in the hot tub and shit.
Nice.
That's all we did.
What did you
Oh,
get
is
up
it?
to? What did you get up to, Sebek?
Wow, I fucking went to a hot tub with Mork. No.
Okay.
Well, no, I became obsessed with magnet fishing. Is basically what happened.
Yeah.
Right.
Fucking Cohen off the fucking Discord was just going like, oh, there's this really jolly Australian guy you should watch who does magnet fishing, and he just sort of dropped that little tantalizing tidbit of knowledge on me.
And then
And
your
then-
autism took over, and you just got obsessed by it.
3 days later, I've bought a superpower magnet.
Yeah.
Like, well, why have I done that? But I haven't even been fishing with it yet. The craziest thing is, as Luce is equally as obsessed with it.
Autistic.
Yeah, exactly. We both just got tease mode over it. Like, I was like, "Do you think I should get a really strong magnet?" And before I'd even said for what, she was like, "Yeah." I was like, for magnet fishing. She was like, "Yeah, definitely, yeah, big magnet."
Why aren't you just like, if I had a magnet and I lived on a fucking boat, like, yeah, I'd just dunk it in the Thames like every 5 minutes.
I've been wanting to do it, but the trouble is I work so hard and I get up early and I go to bed late, and it's just, when's the time? When do I have the time to magnet fish? But hopefully this weekend, gonna got a big magnet, little magnet. I want someone else to buy a
Cardboard
magnet.
box.
Luce is thinking about buying a magnet as well, so she's got her own personal magnet.
Hey,
Fucking hell.
Magnet wave is swept across the nation. It's,
Yeah,
Mate,
I'm,
do you
not,
know
I'm,
what?
saying, I'm telling you right now, I'm not buying a fucking magnet. Okay?
Can I just say that, like, until you magnet it, you don't know how magnetic it can be. Like,
But you haven't magneted it. You haven't
stupid.
magneted nothing.
No, I magneted it to the boat. It's like fucking King Arthur's sword. I couldn't get the fucker off, mate. Like, literally, it just went boom, and I was like, it was just stuck. I had to like scrape it to an edge and then like peel it off. It was
How are you
mental.
going to get
off.
like the guns and stuff off though when you pull them out?
Well, because they're not so. It's about the density of the metal and
I see, yeah, because
how
then got a little
magnetic
bit
it
of
is.
metal in. Yeah.
So it'd be fine. But I just want fucking guns and iPhones, mate. That's where me and Luce differ with our magnet fishing. Is I want guns, knives, and iPhones, and Luce wants old shit.
You live in England.
Guns are
where,
old.
Where are you going to get guns from?
Mate, there's
Where do you
loads
find
of guns. Yeah,
Especially
mate,
in London, mate. I
Yeah.
heard a rumor the Cray twins threw 10,000 guns in the.
Also-
Yeah, because
also
my
you and your mate-
dad
you
used
and
to
your-
play poker with
Yeah.
Danny Dyer and the Cray twins, and they told him, "Don't tell anyone." But we threw 10,000 fucking shooters, 6 shooters in the
Yeah.
Thames. So
yeah.
if you ever go magnet fishing around there, mate,
you
just
do-
know if the barcode, if the serial number's scraped off, it's one of ours, mate.
And if it's got a K scraped into it,
Yeah,
probably from fucking Danny Dyer and the Cray twins.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, you do get guns. You do
You
get
find guns.
Yeah, knives, a lot of knives, big zombie killers and that.
Very cool. Yeah.
Skulls,
Well, they're not magnetic, are they?
if they got fillings in.
That's true. Well, you just get teeth. The thing about magnet fishing is that you are sort of only ever destined to get stuff that's not very valuable, because all the valuable metals are non-magnetic. So, like, you're never going to pull
Yeah.
out like a bar of gold. You
No,
could
it's
be
all gonna be
literally magnet
iron.
fishing, and you could be scraping over bars of gold and like diamonds. All you're gonna get is like a bit of pig iron, but fun, isn't it?
Bit of fun.
Half
bit
a
of fun.
fence.
But I watched this
Shopping
guy.
trolleys?
Shopping trolley, get trolley. I watched this. Sorry, Vinny. I watched this Australian guy. He went to this place where people jump in the water a lot, and he pulled out 7 Apple Watches. 2 of them were working. 2 iPhones, one of which was working.
What does he
Fucking
do
nuts.
with all that though?
Well, some of them he returns. I reckon some of he keeps it. I'm fucking
Yeah, on
keeping anything.
CEX.
Yeah, mate. I'm keeping anything. I've already said that to Luz.
There's
Unless
row
it's
of,
like fu-
broken Apple Watches like on your wrist. Like,
Yeah, you'll hear me. It'll be like that song "Big Pimpin" will come on, and you'll just see me with like 17 Apple Watches on each arm.
none
On a
of them
chain.
working.
Only well, one of them's working, but not properly, and just balling, mate.
You're
But yeah,
like all them cunts from back in the day who just have like 500 festival bands on for just
Oh,
loads of
mate.
Apple Watches. They stink.
to be fair, when I came back from Creamfields, friend of the show Ed Morgan, I still had my Creamfields band on. I was pretty happy with it, and friend of the show Ed Morgan snuck up behind me at work and cut it off.
Good man, Ed.
And
Looking out
to
for
be
you
fair
there.
to him, he was doing me a favour. Yeah.
Yeah, you may have not appreciated it at the time, but he was doing you solid there.
Yeah.
Have you been, Benny, cutting off any festival bands recently?
No, I didn't do anything this week. I reckon we should talk about the subject to hand. 'Cause I really want to talk about it. I really want to
Okay.
talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
I've got a lot to say.
You know the saying, leave the audience wanting more? Well, imagine basically the opposite of that. This week, we're discussing the worst movie sequels of all time. And let's face it, there's some fucking stinkers out there. The Air 2, American Psycho 2, and of course, worst of all, Goat 2, which hasn't happened yet. I reckon give it a year. We'll try and get the band back together. The chemistry won't be right, and it'll be fucking dreadful. So we can look forward to that. But enough about the future. Let's look back at the past. I want to hear from both of you what you think is the worst movie sequel of all time. Michael, I'd like
I'll
it
go
if you went
first.
first,
Yeah.
mate.
Okay.
What? Why would
So-
you like if you went first over me?
Oh, because you said you didn't want to go first.
Yeah, no, you're not supposed to say that part.
I'll go first. Can I go first, please? I really want to go first.
Yeah, if you must.
Go first,
I must.
mate. I really
Well-
wanted to go first, but I'll
No,
hand
you
it over to
can't. Fuck you, Vinny. I'm going first.
Okay.
I'll go. Give me a reason, boy. So it's very well known that I love movies. I've spoken about movies a lot. And it's also very well known that I love bad movies. And I've spoken about them a lot. But I actually found the Woat movie sequel a very tricky pick. And that's mainly because of one simple rule that I set myself to follow. The movie that I picked had to be a bad sequel of a good movie.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
That's because there are millions of terrible sequels. But if the first film is also just a piece of shit, then it doesn't really matter. It's just all bad. Like, great, it's got a bad sequel. For example, Super Babies, Baby Geniuses 2 is probably one of the worst movies ever made. It's up there with the Gummy Bear movie that I've already reviewed. But Baby Geniuses 1 is also a fuckload of shit. Yeah. So, like, why does it matter if the sequel's bad? Like, it really doesn't. So after figuring out the rules that I was going to sort of set myself, I then had to do my research. And the first one I thought about doing was Mean Girls 2, because Mean Girls is a classic chick flick, and it's got a great cast, it's beloved by many, and then Mean Girls 2 comes out and it fucking sucks. Like, it's just the first film, but way worse, and, like, the characters are shit. The plot
Does it
makes
have any-
absolutely no sense.
Does it have any returning characters? Like any returning...
Only the principal.
Okay, interesting.
Like, Tina Fey is not in it, Lindsay Lohan, no one else is in it. Just the principal. It's just at the
That's
same
crazy.
school with a new gang. It's much worse. It makes no sense. And it just didn't really resonate with me that much. So then I thought about, what about Mortal Kombat Annihilation? it's atrocious. It's an atrocious movie, but it did give us the iconic "Mother, you're alive. Too bad you will die" line, which is fucking rubbish, but it's amazing. And I was like,
I think that film literally starts off with that line. So in the first 5 minutes, that film, that line.
Too bad you will die. It's like, oh shit. So you know what you're in for, and it is rubbish, but it is a bit of a cult classic. And the first movie is also a bit shit as well. So it's like, never mind. And I was going through the list: Independence Day 2, Speed 2, Jaws: The Revenge, which made no sense because Seb made it sound fucking great. And I finally saw one that I was like, oh shit, I remember that. I've seen this one. And the first movie's fucking sick. I forgot about that. And then the sequel comes out. And it is horrific. So to talk about the first movie, the good one, it's 1994. It's prime Jim Carrey, and he is starring in The Mask, a movie about a supernatural green mask which gives the wearer godlike abilities. He has charisma and a wacky personality, and it is the absolute perfect movie to like propel Jim Carrey into the stratosphere. It's like one of the first ones that really thrust him into the limelight.
Yeah,
it's like
didn't he do Ace Ventura and Dumb and Dumber in the exact same year as he did The Mask?
Yeah, it was like, this was the big, these movies were like, they defined him.
Those three were
forever
like,
going
bam,
forward.
bam, bam, that's Jim Carrey. He's in the zeitgeist now.
This is the guy.
Now.
Exactly, yeah. And it's like a comic book character, but in live action. And like when he's got the mask on, crazy shit happens. Like it's a comic book kind of interpretation. So like his eyeballs like fucking pop out of his skull, and he gets like wacky costumes from thin air. He pulls out sticks of dynamite from his ass.
He's like a walking cartoon character. Basically.
Yeah, most people probably know what I'm talking about, or they've seen the movie because it's a fantastic film. It's wacky and it's funny, but most importantly, it has Jim Carrey in it, who is the perfect actor, if not the only actor in the world who could pull off the mask. Like no one else could do it better. It's a great watch. And then in 2005, Warner Brothers set a budget of, prepare yourself, $80 million
in 2005 as well. Sorry, can I just interject as well? Speaking of Warner Brothers, when I was about 14, I went to Camden Market in London, and they have all these fake T-shirts, and I wanted to buy one that I thought was really cool, and I very proudly walked around school at the next non-uniform day with a T-shirt that said, "If you see da police, Warner Brother," and it had the Warner Brothers logo on it, and I
You stopped and walked to say that.
That is the whitest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, I know.
Sebek thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I didn't really fully understand the context. Like, I thought maybe I was a brother. Like, I didn't realize it was a,
oh my god.
I didn't know it was a term for fellow black guys.
You interrupted me for that. Thanks,
I thought
Warner Brother. Warner Brother. Thank you.
Warner Brother. And I'm pretty sure it had Bugs Bunny on it smoking a big bifter, but I can't quite remember.
Mate, the amount of shirts that just show like Tweety Bird or Bugs Bunny with like a massive blunt and like a big old gold chain, like counting money or whatever.
Yeah.
It's so funny, like the amount
fucking
of
red eyes, like
yeah.
Incredible.
Well, anyway, Warner Brother set a budget of $80 million to make a sequel. And the sequel was called, and it's the worst movie sequel of all time, Son of the Mask. So, firstly, it's directed by the guy who did Cats and Dogs, which is a movie that I enjoyed as a kid.
Yes.
But it's fucking shit.
What? What?
I watched it recently, okay? It's one of those nostalgic kid movies. It fucking sucks.
Yeah,
okay, it's talking cats and dogs as ninjas and spies. Like, it sucks, man. Secondly, no Jim Carrey. Okay, so we're off to a pretty bad start here because, like I said, there's no actor on Earth who could pull off the mask, and they've just pulled that actor out of the sequel because he said, "No, I'm not doing it," which is a very good idea because he's probably saved his career with that one move. So the movie opens in a museum where a guy is talking about the mask, which is on display. Saying that it's Loki's mask from Norse mythology. I was just trying to find my place because it's not written in
That was
paragraphs.
such a long pause.
I was
I know, because I was
really
like, that doesn't make sense. I'm not saying that next. And I was like, oh no, I'm reading the next line. That's why. So he's looking at the mask on display saying, oh, this is Loki's mask from Norse mythology. He's the god of mischief. Then all of a sudden, Loki appears, turns into this green fucking plastic monster guy. He takes the mask out of the display case, realizes it's a replica. And so then he rips the face off the museum guy and sticks the museum guy's face in the display case. And while the museum guy's face is ripped off, the face actually starts talking.
What?
And yeah. And he talks like this. He's like, I should tell you that I suffer from vertigo and I have a lawyer. As his face is being ripped off his body, he's like, hello. It's fucking mad. So we're only 2 minutes into the movie at this point, and there's problems, big problems, right? Problem number one, in the first movie, it's not spoken about at all, really, where the mask comes from. It's just, he finds a mask, it gives him crazy ass powers.
I thought it's kind of implied that it's Loki.
It's implied because he goes to this bloke who actually is the museum curator in the in the sequel. He's the guy who gets his face reclined. He's like, yeah, it could be this. And that's it. They never speak about it ever again. It's just a random throwaway line. And for some reason, the guy who directed this was like, we need to make this this needs to be the plot line of the entire movie, that it's a Norse mythology thing. So let's have a real god as one of the main characters. And then Odin fucking shows up out of nowhere and he's like talking to Loki about a bunch of shit.
What
It's
kind,
like,
of,
whoa,
what kind of stupid film has Norse gods being like the main characters? What idiot came up with that?
This is supposed to be a movie about like a comic book crazy character, not a subplot with like the grandioseness of Norse mythology and actual living gods cutting about the place.
Maybe they're trying to do an Avengers like sort of, you know,
Oh,
what's
mate,
it
they
called,
were
like the
ahead of the
Marvelverse, the MCU before
Marvel and MCU.
before- yeah.
Maybe, but it's fucking stupid,
I
right?
mean, I'm sure they weren't.
Yeah, he gets chastised by Odin, his father, and it's just like he sends Loki on a quest to find the real mask, and it's just ridiculous. Problem number two, no one ever reacts to the crazy shit. Like, this guy had his face ripped off his fucking head, just his whole face ripped off, and he's just not bothered. No problem, mate. This is fine.
Right.
Which they do it in the first movie. Like, he does crazy stuff, and everyone's just like, nah. But then also he'll do crazy stuff like pull a gun out, and people will like run in terror. In this movie, it is just ridiculous. The guy with the mask on is doing crazy stuff, and his wife's just like going along with like crazy shit happens, and no one ever bats an eyelid. It just stands out. It's really, really, really jarring.
Yeah, that's it's like how you have that classic combo, the classic comedy duo that's like the crazy off the wall funny man, and then the straight man for all that to bounce off of. But the straight man, the why the straight man is great in that situation is because they react to the craziness that's happening. That's what makes it like that's what makes it a funny duo. But when people don't react to crazy things, it's like you're kind of missing half the joke. Like most of the joke is the reaction. So if you have no reaction, you're just taking out.
You don't have a joke.
Yeah,
it's just something crazy happens. Nothing like. Just crazy stuff happens.
It can also feel like a bit disconcerting sometimes. So I don't know if you've ever like sometimes when you watch a film and like one of the characters is being so off the wall and no one else is like reacting to it, and you start feeling like it can like pull you out of the real like your disbelief becomes
you can't
shattered.
Suspend your disbelief. Yeah. Well, that is this film in a nutshell. And then we have problem number 3. It's not funny. Simple as that. So there's a dog, the dog of the main character, which is called Tim, and which is an absolutely fucking boring name as well for a boring character, Tim. Anyway, the dog finds the mask in the river.
Fuck Tim, I guess.
And Tim's fuck Tim. And then Tim's like, all right, cool, like this is cool, I'll just keep this. And he goes home to his girlfriend, and his girlfriend's like, oh, hey baby, let's fuck. I wanna have a kid with you. And he's like, nah, babes, I gotta go do my job as a cartoonist. Which is, I know it sounds a bit like Freddy Got Fingered, but trust me, like I wish I was watching Freddy Got Fingered. Like this would be so much better if it just all of a sudden turned into Freddy Got Fingered. But anyway, it's not Freddy Got Fingered, and he's like, he wants to go to this work costume party or some shit happens, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna impress my boss and that. So he like goes in the car and he like puts the mask on because there's a costume party. So he's like, oh, my disgusting dog found this disgusting mask in this rancid river. I'm just gonna stick on my face.
Of course.
And yeah, and he puts the mask on, and whoa, what happens? Oh, he goes fucking crazy. He's transforming. Whoa! And then we get to see the mask, right? Now, in the first movie, when Jim Carrey puts the mask on, it looks awesome. It's obviously like a rubber head thing, but like it's like a bald cap, like he's bald, and his face just looks like a big cool green skull, right? And then, why the fuck does this guy look like he's got a Lego head on in the Son of the Mask, right? Not only does his hair go from like just long brownish locks to plastic ginger hair for no reason, his mouth doesn't even move when he talks because the prosthetic is so big he can't move his mouth, and I'm pretty sure they dubbed over all of his lines, and you can tell so easily. Just Google Son of the Mask guy and have a look at the image.
It looks real bad.
$80 million.
Oh my god, how did that happen? What I actually found out recently was that Jim Carrey was supposed to have his lines overdubbed in the original Mask film.
Right.
That was the whole idea, because his mask was also pretty like tough to sort of talk through. But he, you know, being the great actor that he is, he learned to like actually talk through the mask on. So they ended up just using his lines, I'm pretty sure, for like the entirety of, or majority of the film at least.
He became the mask.
Yeah. Well, Tim does not. He looks like a Lego man who's like this. Hello.
Did they name him Tim because of it's like Jim Carrey?
I have no idea, but I don't really care.
There's like The Office. The UK office is Tim, and the US office is Jim. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, who knows?
And it's Dwight Schrute, and then in the UK it's Height.
Okay, moving on.
No. But it's awful. Like, it just looks so bad. And $80 million. And all the costumes are like massive as well. The suits are hanging off this geezer. Like, they're way too big. Like, the visuals of this film are like bath inducing. They're disgusting. So he's at this fucking party. He does loads of like unfunny jokes. He's pining for this random chick, and he does like a shit musical number. He turns into Elvis, and again the hair is like shiny plastic. It's like black shiny plastic, as if you've been spray painted. Doesn't look realistic. I don't know why they didn't just make him bold like the first one. Why did it make the first, like, Jim Carrey wasn't bold in the first movie, but it made him bold, but it didn't make, it turns this guy from like long brown hair to like a ginger hair. I don't know. Fuck knows. Doesn't make any sense. But it's rubbish. It's fucking crap. He runs home, and because he's still got the mask on, he's all confident. So he runs upstairs, and in about 5 seconds on screen, so he knocks on the door. Within 5 seconds of on-screen time, he's fucking in bed railing the missus. He's nailing her, and she's fucking loving it. And so I'm not joking, Seb. This is true, right?
While wearing the mask.
Yeah. And so then she gets up the duff with a mask baby, right?
What?
But wait. I'm not finished, right? There's more, right?
Great.
I hear you asking, right?
Nope.
How did the powers transfer from the mask into the baby? Into the mask baby that she's up the duff with? How did the power transform? Now, you're probably thinking, damn, maybe the mask energy when he's wearing the mask like goes into his dick, and the mask comes, sprays out.
Yeah,
but that's ridiculous. That would be so stupid if that was in a film, right? That's fucking dumb, right? Well, in a scene that was removed in the US and the UK, we see an animation of 3 green sperm cells with faces and giant teeth like this,
What?
flying up the fallopian tube. They see the egg, their eyes pop out of their skulls, sperm cells, eyes pop out of their skulls. They race to the egg, fighting each other on the way. One of them screams, "Yeehaw!" and fertilizes the egg. And this movie's a PG.
Well, it was in the US and the UK. I'd imagine that makes it at least a 15.
Yeah.
Everywhere else.
So yeah, the answer to the question, yes, the masculine energy goes up into his dick, out of his dick hole with his sperm, and she gets up the
And
duff
shouts,
of a mass
"Yeehaw."
baby, and it goes, yeah. You can see it on YouTube. It's mad. It's absolutely nuts. So we're 20 minutes in, and this is where the plot just completely derails. It just dies. So I'm not going to even go over. Yeah, I'm not even going to go over the movie. I'm going to need more than 3 minutes. I'm not even going to go over the rest of the plot, basically.
Okay.
So she gives birth to this mass baby. It's like 1 or 2 years old, except like literally no time has passed. It just all of a sudden is like a toddler walking about.
Are you just saying that you weren't going to give any more time to the plot?
In the sense, I'm not going to break it down. I'm still going to say what happens in the movie, but I'm not going to like go through scene to scene.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So there's this baby appears. It's the mass baby, but it looks normal. Yeah, like no time has passed, but it's already like a toddler. And then all this like weird shit starts happening, right? She like blows up a balloon to the kid. She's like blowing up a balloon to make the kid laugh. And as the balloon's blowing up, the kid like puts his thumb in its mouth and like blows its own head up to like a giant balloon with like weird googly eyes.
Yeah.
And she's just like, huh.
She used to it at this point, or is this the first time she's seen it?
No, she as she blows the mask down, the balloon down, she doesn't really fully see that he's just blown his head up, so she's just like, huh, maybe I just imagined that.
Right.
Then she just starts talking to her husband like, huh? Oh, hey, honey, what the fuck was that? And then yeah, she's just like, yeah, whatever. And then she just like fucks off for a bit. I can't remember why. She just leaves the house, so like Tim's at home alone with the baby. And he makes the baby like watch TV, and he's like, oh, watching all these crazy cartoons and shit. And like the kid is jealous because he's like watching TV and that, so he like wants attention. So he starts doing backflips, and he starts like running all around the room at like actual light speed, like he's running on the ceilings and shit. And the dad's just like, and then
He's like, still wearing the mask.
No, he's just regular now. And then like the baby's like dancing and doing all this like mad shit. And it's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. It's like this terrible baby CGI as well. It's like as bad as I'm making out, I promise. And then the dog's like, oh, yo, he gets well jealous in that because he wants attention as well.
Why is everyone getting jealous?
Because no one's getting any attention, mate. So then the dog puts the fucking mask on. And he's a mask dog, and he fights the mask baby.
The dog puts the mask on.
Yeah, the dog puts the mask on in the first movie, but it's good. But in this is shit. And then so the dog's like the mask dog, right? And he makes a plan to kill the baby, like a proper plan, where he's got like knives and he's gonna like chop the baby up into pieces. He's like drawing it on this big blueprint. He builds this big contraption or something. The dog, yeah.
Right. Okay.
He's got the mask. He's the mask dog, right? So he can do all this. Yeah,
of course.
So he like makes this contraption thing, but then like the baby like flips it on the dog and like fucking like murders the dog. But he obviously doesn't die. He's like fine for I don't know. Yeah, he makes this fucking Rube Goldberg machine, and then the dad is just the worst as well. Like the acting, the dad is horrific. He's like a giant man child. He's kind of like a really, really watered down Freddy from Freddy Got Fingered, which is worse because he just looks like another 5-year-old in the movie. And that Loki's also running about trying to like find the baby or something. So he's like, oh man, I need to like find the baby. So he finds all these babies that have been born. And he like hoovers up this woman with a hoover and kills her. And then they find the dog with the mask on a date with another with a regular dog, not a masked dog. So actually on a date. And they're like, yo, dog, mate, you need to like give the mask back and that. And he's like, oh, fuck's sake. So like he necks off with the regular dog. They actually properly make out on the screen. And then because he can only make out with the dog with the mask on. So it's like a masked dog. It's like a masked dog tonguing a regular dog. And then he's like, all right, now I've got my end away. Like you can have the mask back. So like gives the mask back to Tim and he can just got it back now.
But the dog can talk when it has the mask on.
No, he can't. No, he's just like.
But it can make Rube Goldberg machines. It's like advanced enough.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But he don't talk. He doesn't talk. He just necks off with other dogs. Also, it's a bit dodgy when he's necking off with this regular dog's just sat there like this, doesn't even look interested because it's a dog, isn't it? And he's like almost anthropomorphic like a person. And he starts necking off of it, but he is also weird. The ice fucked up. It's so fucked up. And then,
I don't like it.
Yeah, and then they get the mask off. Oh, and then there's the piss scene, right? So the dad is like changing the kid's nappy, right? And the kid starts pissing like all over him, like pissing everywhere. But then he starts pissing another stream. So it's like 2 streams. So the dad's like, "Oh shit, there's fucking 2 piss streams. What the hell's going on?" And then another stream, then another, and then there's like 5 piss streams. So the mask baby has 5 dicks, I guess.
Is there a plot
He's
to
like,
this film?
No. And then he's catching the piss. He's catching one of the piss streams in like a cloth. He's got like one of them in a cup. He's catching in a cup, and then he's covered in piss as well.
Right.
And then and then the piss stops, and he's like holding piss cups, and he's like, "Oh, thank God!" And like, think how thick a piss stream is, like a couple mil thick, right? All of a sudden, a piss stream this fucking thick blasts him across the room, like like the Exorcist vomiting.
Shrek the Third with the baby
Like Shrek the
vomiting
Third,
scene. Yeah.
It's like insane. It just obliterates him, and then the mask baby kicks the shit out of the dad. He like starts like picking him up by his ankles, like slamming him on the floor and shit. And the dad's fine. Like, obviously, he's like not injured whatsoever. And then like the rest of the movie happens, and like Loki and the baby and the fucking family and all shit. But nothing good happens. There's no conflict. There's no fucking resolution. Just shit just happens. And if my script is making no sense and is nonsense, the film is worse than this script. This script does not do the film justice. This is the most nonsense movie I think I've ever seen. It's I don't want to say I'd rather watch the Gummy Bear movie, but this is close. This is very, very close. And it costs £80 million. And it annihilates the name of the mask. It takes everything good from the first movie and makes it about a CGI baby pissing on people. It takes all the zany, crazy humor of the first one and then makes a scene where mask cum impregnates a woman. It's horrific. It didn't need to be made at all. It's one of the worst rated movies on IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes in history on its own. I couldn't find a single person online who has anything good to say about this film. It is not worth watching, even in a it's so bad it's good way. It's just not worth it.
Right.
It shouldn't exist, and it's just the money and the black mark against the first movie is what doubles down on it not only being a shit movie, but it being the worst film sequel of all time. And I've written, fuck this movie, the end.
Sweet.
Well, you are a little over time.
There was a lot to say.
There was a lot to say. See,
I couldn't
I'd
leave
never
out the piss scene or the cum scene or the dog non-consensual kissing scene.
A bit of non-com with a dog. You don't need that. I've never seen the original Mask. I've never seen
You would love it. You would love it.
Well, here's the thing. Everything you described sounded awful. And
That, yeah.
is... Yeah, it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense.
Doesn't make sense.
And I'm not in... when you said Son of the Man and you started describing it, my immediate thought was, okay, his son is going to put the mask on.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Not his cum was going to put the mask on.
Yeah.
Which is quite an odd decision. Yeah.
He does put the mask back on in the finale when he fights Loki, but then he like realizes he doesn't need the mask to fight a god. He can just do it as a regular bloke. So when Loki like conjures like a 50-foot hammer and is going to slam it down on the family, he like jumps in the way, even though it would definitely kill him and his family. and like holds it up through the power of being a good father or some shit. Even though
It's a strong power.
it's a mask baby, that pissed all over him. And like, it's not really his child if it's a mask baby, is it? His cum didn't actually.
It's stolen his sperm.
It's kind of Loki's kid, really.
Yeah, really, he's not related
Yeah.
to the kid at all at this point.
Exactly.
He's the stepdad. It's the power of being
Yeah.
a good stepdad, if anything.
And stealing sperm is a bit like asking, lending someone less than a $5. You can't really
ask for it back. Yeah.
Yeah, that is fucking wild.
Yeah.
Also, the idea that at the end, the real mask was the mask that he made along the way or whatever is fucking insane.
No, that's not the. I don't know. Is the answer. I don't know.
Right.
The thing is with the movie, there is a plot. I think there is a.
It sounds like there's a plot
message,
with like
I
Thor
think.
and Loki or something. It sounds like
There's
they
a
are the
plot where he's trying to find the baby and stuff, but the problem is it's so diluted by baby pissing scenes and dog kissing scenes, is that you don't know what the fuck's going on. So any semblance of a plot makes no sense at all. And then they just start fighting, and you're like, wait, hang on, what? So Loki's got this like fucking Mad Max car, and then the mask guy puts the mask on, and the baby's in the back of another Mad Max car, and it's like shooting guns out of a mouth. It's got the mask car's got two mouths. What the fuck is going on? And the wife's just there like, like the whole time she's like, never mind.
I mean, it sounds odd.
Yeah, she's not even in it for half the movie. She just turns up and the baby's just going crazy and pissing on people, and then he's just like, oh yeah, that's just Junior. And she's like, oh, okay.
Fuck, it sounds
It's pretty
bad.
bad. It's so bad, dude.
Wow, that is
Don't watch
quite
it.
something. Yeah, I mean, the trouble is, it is sort of sounding so bad. It's quite funny right now, but
It's not funny.
I get what you're saying. Of like, just don't watch it.
Watch some of the clips. Watch the sperm bit on YouTube. Watch the piss
I'll
bit.
watch Sperm of the Mask on YouTube.
Watch sperm or the mask. Watch baby pisses on dad, and that's it.
I think
They're the only two bits that
yeah,
are worth watching for an intrigue value. Nothing else.
fair. Okay, well, I'm glad that you had watched that and not me.
Yeah.
On that note, I was going to do a middle bit, but I actually feel like I don't know if we're going to want to cut much of yours because it was all quite interesting.
What, did you get straight into it?
Should we just crack straight into it?
I wouldn't mind. It'd give me more time to talk about my film.
That said, it does mean missing out on me doing some impressions.
Oh yeah. Well.
Definitely move on from that then.
Yeah.
Okay. Vinny, could you tell us what you believe to be the worst movie sequel of all time is?
I would very much gladly like to do that. So, it's no surprise that I am a big fan of So Bad It's Good.
Yes.
So, I decided to look in that sort of domain for the answer to the question that you proposed today, Mr. Speaker.
No. Pretend fucking Clemens. No. We won't have any Tory shit in here.
It's just politician stuff. It's not just
This is a
stories.
non-political podcast.
Is it?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the Israel? What's the other country called? Palestine.
Right.
Should we do that?
Cut that because we'll get cancelled for just saying that.
Episode 100, we just do Israel versus Palestine and go out with a bang.
Yes, greatest country in the Gaza Strip.
Oh no! Right.
Yeah.
You got this. Maybe
No.
make sure you got this.
No, right. Episode 100, greatest country in the Middle East. And then we just call it that. Just find the
Right.
best Middle Eastern country.
Someone picks Israel, someone picks Palestine.
No, it's obviously Afghanistan.
Is it? Because that's
Yeah,
what they
because
make.
it's nice.
That's
say
Kazakhstan.
You say Afghanistan?
Oh shit!
Fucking moron. Right. Okay. I'm gonna get into my bit now.
That's going on your gravestone, Morg. Afghanistan is nice. Afghanistan. Right. Anyway,
Okay.
carry on, Vinny. Time has started.
So yeah, I love So Bad It's Good films, so I decided to pick from that domain. And it just so happened that one of my favorite So Bad It's Good films, and probably the most entertaining of them all, happens to be a sequel. So I'm not going to go into like, oh, this is maybe what I was thinking of picking, because that's fucking irrelevant, yeah?
Yeah, it's
Waste
fucking boring,
time.
mate.
Waste time. So I'm
It's
gonna
like when
get
you
right into it.
fucking. It's like when you get a recipe up on like fucking online, and then you're like, I just want to know how to make tacos. And then some fucking bitch is like, when I walk through my garden looking at the fresh, I'm like, shut up!
Yeah. Actually, sorry, side note. Another tangent. Another tangent. Have you ever seen, there's a site called justtherecipe.com if you don't know about it. It like
What?
if you go on that website, you type in any like link to a recipe, it'll just give you the recipe and it'll take out all the excess fluff, and I use it all the time.
What
It's
the
great.
fuck?
I recommend
I
it.
don't understand what are you what recipes are you looking at where some
Hey,
bitch
Most
Most
recipes.
through my garden?
No. Genuinely, Mork. Most recipes you find on the internet have like a big story of why they like love cooking this
What, in
dish.
text format?
Yes. Yes.
It'll
I don't
be
know
like-
why.
Just list the ingredients, list how to make the shit.
Well, they
Yeah.
don't. It'll be like, it'll be like tacos. When I was a boy, I used to watch Speedy Gonzales, and you'd be like, why? Would I fucking shut up?
They have like some weird like backstory for why they like making tacos or whatever. It's
Maybe
so
that makes it
strange.
taste better.
No, it doesn't. Anyway,
Carry on.
tangents. I am picking Troll 2, the infamous So Bad It's Good, best worst movie of all time, Troll 2. So, obviously, it's a sequel to a film called Troll from 1986, which I didn't watch, and I don't think I need to watch. I'm not even going to talk about it whatsoever, the small bits that I did watch, because it has nothing to do with Troll 2. Absolutely nothing. So let's just move on from that part.
So is it a sequel?
Yes, because it has 2 at the end.
Right.
It's a sequel by the smallest, the smallest fiber of the rope. It's just a little fiber pulling that rope now at this point, like the tiny little like string.
Yeah.
It
It has
is
the same name,
Yeah.
but
Was it made by the same studio?
Oh no, not at all.
Wow. Okay. So that's like me just making, because obviously, like some films, like Oppenheimer, for instance, you can't copyright the term Oppenheimer. It's someone's name. So us three could just make Oppenheimer 2 and then just market it.
Yeah.
it's a bit like if it's basically saying something that's not true. Vinny's stretching. It's a little bit like saying The Hobbit is a remake.
Well, no, because that's objectively not a remake. It has 2 at the end. It's a
Well, no,
sequel.
it was subjectively. Anyway, we're not doing it.
Anyway, so I'm doing Troll 2.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to say it's one of those films it is quite hard to sort of describe, because to really get the full picture, other than just watching it, I just have to basically go through every single scene, and I mean every single scene, and just explain exactly what happens. And if we had like 6 hours, we could do that. We could do that, but we don't.
It's Old Boy. It's my review of Old Boy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do a mork and do a blow over the whole film. I'm just gonna try and keep it as shortcut as possible. Trying to keep it as trim
Okay.
as possible. So we'll talk
Why
about
do
the
you
plot.
never want to? Sorry, why do you never want to hear a porn star tell you about a film?
Why?
She'll always give you a blow by blow. I don't know. It didn't make any sense. Karen.
Anyway, the plot. So Troll 2 is about a movie. Sorry. Troll 2 is about a family who moved to a remote farming town called Nilbog. Now, whilst they're in the town of Nilbog,
Sounds like a racial slur.
it's a
Well,
terrible
you wait
name.
until you realise what Milbog is.
If you
Yeah,
called
don't spoil it, Mork. Don't spoil it.
If you called someone a millbog out and about,
Nilbog.
you'd get
Nilbog.
Nilbog.
even worse. If you called someone a nilbog out and about, you'd get put in prison, mate.
It does
Right.
sound like an insult, doesn't it?
It
Yeah.
sounds like the sort of thing you're not allowed to chant at the football anymore. Sounds like the sort of thing Chelsea fans get banned for shouting.
Right.
Anyway.
So the family, they're in Nilbog, and whilst they're there, they realise that Nilbog, the town, is filled to the brim with these strange and weird characters who keep trying to make them eat this bright green food in this sort of goop. And all whilst this is happening, their recently deceased grandfather communicates only with the son about the dangers of Nilbog. And he also has magic powers like lightning fingertips and the ability to freeze time. And none of this is ever explained. The townsfolk of Nilbog are more like their name, as you may expect, as you would have expected. You see, Sebek, what is Nilbog backwards?
Goblins!
They're all goblins! Every single one of them, they're all goblins. And that begs the question, why is it called Troll 2? There is not one mention of the word troll in the entirety of Troll 2. They're all goblins. And they live in the town of Nilbog, which is goblin spelt backwards.
It's not even like they live in the lot.
So anyway, cut to the chase. The ending, it basically ends with the goblins surrounding the family, who are then quickly approaching their demise. But then the son, he has a great idea, has a cunning plan. He pulls out from the fridge a double-decker bologna sandwich. And he starts eating that fucker right in front of those goblins. And they start running away in fear. And then he touches their magic stone, and it kills all of them.
Hang on, what? So is it just like Phantom Menace where all the fucking droids just die?
The goblins just sort of, if I remember right, they sort of dissolve into like paste.
Yeah. They're like dissolve, yeah.
Is that called like an Ex Machina?
They melt.
It's called I don't know what the fuck they were thinking when they made this film.
Yeah.
So to kind of sort of try and explain what that ending is, I mean, I don't think you could ever really explain what that ending is.
No.
But so the goblins aren't just regular goblins. They're all vegetarian. And so the reason why they are all trying to feed the family this green goop, this green food, it's like bright green, really unedible looking food. It looks plastic.
Like slime.
Yeah, yeah. And the reason they do that is because if they eat the food, the humans will turn into plant life. And then the goblins can eat them.
Can't the goblins just eat plant?
I fucking don't know. The goblins in Troll 2. The goblins of Nilbog. So obviously that leads to very funny situations because the goblins aren't a direct threat to the humans. They don't just start eating them right away because they don't eat meat. So they have to give them this food, and people have to eat the food before the horror can actually happen. So it leads to these really funny scenes where, like, when the jig is up and they know that they're goblins, and the family all like hiding in the house together, and the entire town is just circled around them, and they're all just like, "Come out and eat your sandwiches." And he has this big old bag of sandwiches, and he lobs it at the front door, and they're just like, "Oh, no, don't make me eat the sandwich." When it's like they could very clearly probably just like jog to like the nearest town and they'd be fine.
Then just
jog
not
to
in
a car.
any danger.
Yeah, they're really not actually in any danger at all. So, who was that, Seb?
Someone tries to come into the studio, but it's all right.
There's a goblin trying to feed him a sandwich. I'm not eating your fucking sandwich. Also, they could just get a bat, go out there and kick the shit out of all the goblins.
Yeah, there's lots of things they could have done, but eating a double-decker bologna sandwich was in fact one of them. But yeah, so the sort of thinking, I guess, of that is he eats the double-decker bologna sandwich, which makes it poisonous to the goblins, and then there's a magic stone for some reason, and it because he touches it, it transfers the bologna sandwich poison. It doesn't actually make sense. It just it doesn't actually
It just
make
happens.
sense. Yeah. So again, like I was saying at the start, a lot of the terribleness, the uniquely badness of this film comes from just how the scenes sort of play out. So I'll kind of give
Content, yeah.
I'll kind of give you a favorite, some of my favorite bits and my favorite parts. So there's a scene in the beginning where the daughter of the family, her boyfriend, sneaks into her room late at night, and the daughter among when she discovers him, she says, and I quote, "If my father discovers you here, he'd cut off your little nuts and eat them. He can't stand you."
Is that the same cadence and delivery?
Yep.
Who's she saying this to? A goblin who broke into her room?
No, to her boyfriend.
What?
Yeah. And then literally like 30 seconds later, she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to this place. Like, do you want to come with?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'd love to come with." And she's like, "Oh my god, yeah, my dad's gonna love it." Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
30 seconds ago, he's just gonna eat your tiny little nuts or whatever. Another great bit is when they first arrived to the house, the family who were there, they like prepared them a meal for them to, and obviously it's all just green goop. It doesn't look edible at all, but everyone's like, "This looks great." It's like green water. It's like, what the fuck even is that? And so they're just about to eat the food, and then the son hears a knock on the window, and it's the ghost of the grandpa, and he's like, "Make sure they don't eat that food." And then he flicks his fingers and freezes time, of course. And he never uses that ability ever again in the film. Just that one time, he freezes time. They're all just about to eat, and you can see them moving their fingers and hands, kind of like you can see it's very clearly like they are actually still. And so the son does obviously the most logical thing in that situation. He gets up on the table and he unzips his pants and he pisses all over the food.
Yeah.
But how would they know that he'd pissed over on the food? Because time stopped.
I
Because
don't
it smells. When time comes back on, they're like, "Eh!"
Yeah, your guess is
What?
best as mine. They don't ever explain that part. They just go straight to them just like throwing the food away, basically. The most iconic bit of this film, and you guys have definitely seen this, is the scene where he's like, "They're eating her, then they're gonna eat me. Oh my god!" And there's like a fly on his forehead the whole time.
They're eating her.
Yeah.
That, oh my god, is in so much stuff.
Yeah. It's from this film, yeah.
Hey, this film is like every scene is just incredible.
A meme.
Like, yeah, every scene is just iconic.
Just remember, Seb, that he's pitching this as the worst movie sequel, okay? But he's saying how incredible it is, and it is really good.
I know, I love it. It's
Yeah.
I love it for how bad it is.
Mm,
So
interesting.
So another bit towards the end, the entire town and the family are in the house, and the grandfather hands the son a Molotov cocktail and instructs him to burn the house down with everyone inside it. I'm not fucking joking. He's supposed to be the good guy here. He's like this ghost wizard who's like giving his grandson a fucking Molotov cocktail. I burn the
How
house
does
down,
he even
Jimmy.
give it to him? Does he conjure it?
I don't fucking know. None of this makes any sense.
What would be the benefit of burning the house down with his family inside?
Well, killing all
So
the
they can eat
goblins. But also, your family's also going to die. I don't fucking know. I don't think he thought it through.
So the goblins have got into the house with the family, and the kid's outside, and he's like,
He's in
the
the
best way
house.
to solve this is to just burn the whole thing down.
What his
Yeah,
his granddad tries to get him to do it.
Fuck.
His dead granddad,
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
So
who's a ghost wizard.
it's quite obvious at this point that this film it feels like what would be made if aliens tried to make a film.
Yeah.
Like none of this film feels real. It doesn't. No one. When people talk, it's like no one's listening in the film. It's really strange.
Yeah.
It has plot holes so glaring that you need to use sunblock to watch this film.
Oh my
There's plot
god!
holes so deep. You need cave diving equipment to reach the bottom.
Oh! The acting is always either beyond stilted and wooden, or just horrifically over the top and just chewing the scene to smithereens. There's nothing in between. There's only one end or the other. The script makes absolutely no sense. But there is a really good reason for why it turned out this way. See, yesterday I actually watched a documentary from 2009 called Best Worst Movie, and it's a documentary about Troll 2. So essentially this film crew, they find most of the main crew, most of the actors from Troll 2, and this is obviously like about 20 years on, and they basically tell them like, you know, this film you were in, this terrible film you were in 20 years ago, it's blown up in like these really niche circles of like these diehard hardcore fans. Yeah, they go to these screenings and like there's like hundreds of them and they love it. Like, why don't you come to one of these screenings and like do like a Q&A? And it kind of follows them around as they're like going to all these places and doing these like Q&As and stuff. And there are a lot of funny stories that the actors have to say about working on the film, about how they had no idea what the fuck was going on. But the most insightful parts of the film, of like kind of what really happened, they all come from the director and his crew, because they actually end up interviewing them and actually getting them to fly out to America, because the crew are all Italian. So they couldn't speak a word of English, or the director at least couldn't speak a word of English the entire time they were filming.
Director couldn't speak English.
The director couldn't speak a word of English.
What
So
the fuck?
they were relying off really bad translations, I think from his wife or something. So in the film, his wife, actually, the director's wife, talks about how she's the one who actually wrote the script. And she explains she wrote the plot line of the film to get back at her friends who had all become vegetarians. So you can see now why there's that really convoluted idea of the goblins being vegetarians.
Yeah.
So
What the fuck?
all because...
So her friend, it's like a metaphor for her friends being goblin vegetarians.
Yeah,
Also,
to eat this food. So, yeah, I don't know.
Think about those guys who were at those screenings and were like, right, I'm a guy. Like, right, here's the thing. There's probably couples who met. There's children who exist because their parents bonded over a shared love of a film written by an Italian woman as a joke about her friends being vegetarian.
It wasn't a joke. They. So this is the thing. When they're told, the crew and the director, they're told that this film is actually like blown up after the fact. It's become a cult classic. They think it's because that film is actually an underrated gem. Like, it's a horror gem that was really underrated at the time. And in fact, the editor in the film says to the camera that upon hearing, and then the editor says to the camera on film that the reason it took the reason it took Americans so long to get Troll 2 is because they weren't ready for it in 1990. And this is what he says.
That film was made in 1990. It looks like it was made in 1970. Holy fuck.
Yeah, and he also says this, and he says, because of films like Harry Potter coming out, audiences now can understand the greatnse that is Troll 2.
What has Harry Potter got to do with it?
It's magic and magical stuff, I think, and that's why he's
for fuck's sake.
That's insane. What? Harry Potter?
Yeah, I know.
So it wasn't like, it wasn't like films like The Matrix really opened people's minds. It's like, no, Harry Potter. That's what really.
That's what made Troll 2 make sense.
Yeah.
Like,
So it's Troll 2.
Yeah, Troll 2. So
and does it in any like? Does it have? Because does it share anything with the original Troll? Like, do they use any video footage or like anything?
It's just a completely. It is just a completely separate movie. It could be called Goblin. It makes just as much sense.
Troll.
But
They just called it Troll 2.
How did they get away with calling it Troll 2?
I don't know. They might have bought the rights, or they might have just called it Troll 2 anyway. It's like they're Italian, so like how are they going to get sued in America? I don't know, man.
Is Troll 1 a good film?
From what I gathered, it looks like a pretty fairly forgettable kind of. It's like an 80s sort of schlocky campy kind of horror film. It looks
Right.
kind of like it would be kind of fun to watch with like some friends.
Run of the mill, kind
Like
of. Yeah,
a little
special.
bit, a little bit so bad it's good kind of thing.
Yeah.
Vinny, just a quick question. Has Mork frozen on your screen too, or just mine?
Yeah, he has.
I frozen on my screen as well.
Okay.
There we go.
There you go.
Guess who's back? Interesting.
Nice.
So is that the end of your presentation, or is there more to come?
Well, I was going to talk a little bit more about the director because there's some really funny moments in the
Okay.
director. So he is obviously under the impression that the film had a resurgence because it's actually an underrated horror gem. And when it actually comes to the US and watches people watching it, he's, you know, to say the least, he's a little bit miffed that people are
They're
laughing.
laughing.
They're laughing all throughout his beloved underrated gem. But seemingly he does seem to appreciate it after all of it, and he says something along the lines of, "It's a much." I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, go on, go on.
No, go on, Vinny.
He says a very thick Italian accent, which I cannot replicate very well. It's as much a privilege to have the best film as it is to have the worst film.
Okay. That doesn't make any fucking sense either.
Isn't that basically just sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit?
shit.
Well, I think he's gonna try to say, like, you know, people say it's the worst film ever. That's kind of like being the best film ever. That's basically as good. So like, I'm basically
People
like the
love
best
it anyway,
director.
so it doesn't matter whether it's bad or good.
Yeah,
you know?
I guess it's like to be loved for anything is better than loved
To be loved for
Yeah,
nothing.
but he does lose his shit in the Q&A parts because people are asking him questions like, someone asked him the very genuine question of why is it called Troll 2 if there aren't any trolls in it? And he's just like, I don't understand. You do not understand this my movie. You don't understand my movie. And he like just cannot like.
What?
That's his answer to that. He like can't wrap his head around why like people would have any problems with it. And when the actors are kind of giving these stories about like, oh yeah, we're on set and we had no idea what was going on. The director handed us half the script. We're trying to piece together the story. It made no sense. We didn't know what was happening. The whole time he keeps on interrupting the Q&A to be like, you know nothing of my genius. And he keeps, throughout the thing, he just keeps referring to them as dog actors as well.
Actors.
Yeah, these actors, they like
To their
dogs.
faces,
They don't know nothing.
to their faces.
A couple times,
To their-
yeah.
Oh my god.
This man is deranged.
So you can, I think you can see how this film turned out the way it turned.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So yeah, that's my pick for the worst film sequel of all time. I'm putting my foot down. We are watching this next time. We all have a TV in front of us, the three of us.
Yeah.
I
I
cannot
think I've
do
seen it before.
justice.
I think I've either seen it or I've seen so many reviews I've like vicariously seen it.
Yeah, and
We need to
there's-
have a day at the BP to watch Troll 2.
down for that.
But
so keen.
But Vinny, we watched Leprechaun 5 in the Hood together.
Leprechaun
and that
4,
means
wasn't it?
nothing. Was it Leprechaun
yeah.
4?
We watched Leprechaun 4 in the Hood like 3 weeks ago. We first had this idea, which was a terrible film.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of the problem I had with this, is that there's so many films that are like sequels to films I really like, because I was kind of thinking like I could do like Exorcist 2 or like American Psycho 2 because the original films, I really like these films. They're very beloved.
Yeah.
They're very good films. But the sequels are just like, I don't really want to watch American Psycho 2. I've seen people talk about it. It just seems dull. Like it's bad in a dull way. In a it's just like this is all just I've seen this before. These characters are just boring, uninteresting characters. Whereas this is I don't care if I don't win tonight, but this is fucking comedy gold. This is the stuff that makes you get out of bed
This
tonight.
is the GOAT movie sequel.
Yeah, this might even be the GOAT movie sequel. Quite honestly.
Right. Well, that leads me to having to make a conclusion, and it's so difficult because on the one hand, you've got a great property that churned out a truly dreadful sequel, and on the other hand, you have a pretty meh property that churned out a really bad but kind of so bad it's good sequel. I don't know what's worse. So I don't know. So this is the thing. How bad is Son of the Mask? Is it because there's bad and then it goes so bad it's good and then it goes so bad it's really bad again.
So bad it's really bad.
Oh. So it's like
surely not. Like Birdemic is so bad it's bad.
Yeah, but this is an $80 million movie.
Yeah, but have you seen
It's a
Birdemic?
2.3. This is a 2.3. $80 million summer
Troll 2?
blockbuster.
What's Troll 2 on IMDb?
it'd be quite high probably, wouldn't it?
It has Alan Cumming in
There's a
it.
3. IMDb's not. By the way, IMDb's not a good
Who's
signifier
Alan and
for
why
whether
is he
the film's
coming?
bad or good. But I'm just gonna say it.
No. But I mean, Son of the Mask is not a so bad it's good movie. It's just fucking terrible.
Right? Yeah. You just don't want to watch it.
Right.
You just don't want to watch it. It's just pointless.
Whereas you guys really got to watch Troll 2.
Yeah, I really want to watch it.
Yeah, man.
Do you know what swayed me actually? Is, and I'm not normally a stats kind of person, but I think the reason it has to, because I love films. I keep up with a lot of what's going on in film stuff, and there's a lot to be said for sometimes a film is as fascinating for its financial success or lack thereof as it is because of how bad it is. And I think there is something genuinely shocking about having a film like The Mask, which is not just a cult classic or something like that. Like when that film came out, it was a good big film.
Yeah.
It's like what it is. Son of the Mask is like a film like Deadpool, and then Deadpool 2 being really shit and losing $80 million. I'm not saying Deadpool's great, but it was a big film. It was a big summer blockbuster with a big, well-known actor. Can't really do anything wrong. And then imagine, what's that?
I'd say I think Deadpool's a pretty equivalent film to The Mask. I think.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not
kind
like
of
the best film ever, but it's
No.
it's a fun
But it was a big-
film that has a following.
Exactly, and it had a big actor and it did well. And then it's like Deadpool 2 coming out, and it's called Son of Deadpool, and a dog finds Deadpool's mask in the water. A random guy puts it on.
Someone gets cummed in.
Comes in a woman.
Cummed in.
His cum is wearing Deadpool mask, and then
Yeah.
his baby has Deadpool's powers. You would just be like, what the fuck is this? I think that's weirdly, it has a more what the fuck factor than Troll 2, because Troll 1 was a campy shit horror movie, and Troll 2 is an even shitter, even more ridiculous movie, but it's not, it fails at, I've rambled and rambled until I found the words I wanted to say.
That's good.
Troll 2 fails at being a movie, but it doesn't fail at being a sequel, because it isn't a sequel. It's not a bad sequel, it's just a bad movie. Whereas,
Wait, did you say it doesn't fail at being a sequel?
No, it doesn't fail at being a sequel because it isn't a sequel. It's not
It's
a
not.
bad.
It's not a failure.
It's a bad
'cause
movie,
it's not a
but it's not a
continuation.
bad
of the
Oh,
story.
yeah, you're saying there's just not
Like
a
it-
sequel.
I think it is, but it doesn't fail as badly at being a sequel as Son of the Mask, because the
It's
Mask
not like
was a
they
big
fumbled
film.
the plot lines from the first
Yeah.
movie.
It
didn't
had
even read
nothing
the
to
plot
build
lines.
Because it didn't have any.
Didn't read the plot line from the first movie. Yeah.
on. It
I
had
just
nothing.
forgot about it.
It had very little to build on and did nothing with it. Whereas the Mask had an enormous amount to build. And the whole point in a sequel is that they are absolute slam dunks as well. That I meant to say this at the start is like, by the way, if you haven't guessed, I'm picking Son of the Mask as the worst movie sequel of all time.
No
But
way.
something about a sequel is like when you have a big movie, like films like Deadpool 2, 22 Jump Street, they are guaranteed slam dunks because you have
Yeah.
an actor or actors that you know are going to do well at the box office, a formula that you know is funny. You don't have to do any exposition because people already know the characters. You don't have to explain anything. You can just take those characters that you already know and like, put them in another set of vaguely funny situations,
Do
churn
the
out
same
the
thing
same
over and
old
over
shit,
again.
and
Yeah.
make another. Like they always make more money. Like that's the thing. Blockbusters always do.
Shrek the Third did not make as much money as Shrek 2.
Well, I stand corrected, but in a good sequel will make more. A good sequel.
Well, Son of the
to-
Mask didn't. I'll give you the
Yeah.
stats. So the Mask OG had a budget of 18 to 23 million. It made 351 million at the box office. Son of the Mask had a budget of $84 million. Between 84 and $100 million, apparently. And it made $59 million at the
Oh.
box office.
$59 million? That's the so shocking thing of all. I made that much money.
Yeah. Well, that's people going like, oh shit, is this good? Oh no.
Yeah.
I mean,
true.
to be fair, any movie that gets a decent theatrical release can make $59 million.
But
Like just
it
because,
didn't
like,
make $59 million.
Well, no,
it lost
it can-
$30 million.
it can bring in $59 million
Yeah,
at the box.
it lost 30 million, whereas The Mask
Jesus.
made about 300 million.
Didn't it also come out like a decade after the first Mask movie? So
11
it's like-
years, yeah.
Yeah, it's like at that point, it's like who's watching them? Like I don't know. Like the Mask, like hype's been over for a little
That's
while. Like the
true.
'90s are far, far
Yeah,
away
yeah.
at this point. Like why are you now making the Mask 2? It's not even.
Yeah.
You got to wait another 10 years for it to be a nostalgia bait, like Lion King.
Yeah, right. Like that's insane.
And even
Like,
then, don't make a shitty sequel.
No, but that's the thing. Like that is why I think this is the worst sequel I've ever heard. Is because it had so much to go for it, and it just like again not getting Jim Carrey back. Like the moment they said, "Hey, should we do another Mask film?" and they went, "Should we get Jim Carrey back?" and he said no, you go, "Oh, I guess we're not doing it then."
yeah, you just, okay.
Like that's like them being like, "We're doing Men in Black 2. Can we get Tommy Lee and Will Smith?" No. Oh, we shouldn't do it then. Like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
wouldn't just go like, I guess we'll just do son of Tommy Lee, son of Will Smith.
Yeah,
like,
the
what? Like you just don't do that. Like
little alien from the first one combines
yeah.
his body with a random guy and fucks a woman, and then the
Exactly.
baby is the thing.
Like the reason a sequel is a slam dunk is because you just bring back everything you had.
I don't think it always is. I'm just gonna say I don't think it. I think when a film
Where
is
the formula's there to be taken advantage of.
No, I think when a film has a self-contained plot and it's like it all wraps up very nicely. I think
Yeah,
oftentimes
yeah.
a sequel just doesn't work. Like you wouldn't make
But
a sequel to 1984, for example, or something like that.
No. But if you've got a fairly loose, theme.
Well, like
if it
21
can
Jump
have-
Street, it's like they're still
Yeah.
cops. Like it's still you can still
Exactly.
do cop adventures, whether in high
If you
school
can
or
have
something.
if a sequel was possible, it's almost always you have to
at
try
least
quite
all
hard
right.
to
At
fuck
least,
it up.
at least it's all right.
And also, it might not be it is so difficult if you have a film and you have the rights to like it's almost impossible to release Deadpool 2 and not make $100 million. Like
Yeah.
it's because everyone liked the first one. The marketing's done for you, and people will just go, "Oh, I like the first one. I'll just go and watch the next one." Have Son of the Mask. You've got The Mask, a film that you know did well. It made $300 million at the box office, right? You know the person that was in it that did well, and that person is still making films and is a big actor at that time.
Mm.
and you fail to get that, and then you lose $30 million, I just think that's ridiculous. That's insane. That's madness.
Yeah.
Do you know what
That's
did
like-
it for me? When I was writing the script, I was like, yeah, this is bad, but I bet there's worse out there. Then I found out about the cum scene. Then I was like, this is the worst
Cum
thing
is bad.
ever.
Cum of the math is
ever.
bad. That is really bad.
Actual cum in a kids movie.
Jesus. Well,
It's not hypothetical cum. It's real on-screen cum.
there's the clip for Instagram. Real on-screen cum. There's the fucking cold open. Well, on that, my headphones just.
And on that bombshell.
We're a very professional outfit here.
And on that bombshell.
On
And
that bombshell, it's time to end. Thank you all very much for listening. Give us a follow on Instagram if you fancy, and we'll see you next week for
I'm getting it up.
Greatest cum shot of all time.
Finney's getting it up. Wee wee.
I'm getting up, and it's Goat Paralympian.
So next week we're doing the greatest Paralympian, which will be a really interesting one. And yeah, just join us next week. Join us next week. Join us next week for another episode of Goats. Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Oh.